Hey, do I know you? Hey man, why are you up here talking to me? Yeah. Can I help you with something? Hey man, I'm actually meeting some people here, so if you don't mind, I just kind of hang around here by myself. Oh, I'm fine, man. I'm meeting some friends here though in a few minutes, so what? That was cold blooded. But in actuality, most people anticipate that kind of response when they go to start a conversation with someone that they've never spoken to before. I'm often asked, well, what do I say when I go up? Or will they think I'm weird? Am I bothering them? Or worst case scenario, will it be a bad interaction and then everyone else at the event will see it and think that I'm the weirdo for the rest of the night? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about 3 actionable steps that you can use to effectively start a conversation with someone new at any time. This is the Charisma Matrix. So the first thing I want you to understand and truly internalize is the fact that the first thing you're going to say to the person makes no difference whatsoever. It truly is an example of how the words you say are only 7% of the communication that you convey. So that's not important. What's important is when you go up and you say those first words, you have strong eye contact and strong tonality. Because what this does is it tells them you're committed to this conversation. You're not going anywhere. You're not coming up, hey man, how are you? No, you're coming up, hey, how are you? How you doing? You're not going anywhere. You're engaging them. They're not going anywhere. The conversation has started. It's not wishy-washy at all. So no matter if you say, hey, how you doing? Or you get a drink over at the bar. Or if you say, hey, how's your day going? Whatever it is, you're committed, you're competent, you have strong tonality. There's no question, there's no ambiguity. Is the conversation going to start now? The conversation has started. They're going to buy into that frame and they're going to react as if they were bought in, which they are now as well. You're going to act a little bit like you know them. So you're not going to be like, what's up, Billy? What's up, man? No, but you're going to act comfortable, maybe like you had met them before. So if it's a guy, you're at a networking event, you're going to say, oh, hey, man, how you doing? How's it going tonight? So a little more comfortable and a little more familiar than what most people do. But when you combine that with a strong tonality, it just comes across a little more as engaging and it reduces the stress of the interaction that is always there when you're first talking to someone new. Now, the second step is to make an observation or an interpretation of an observation in the environment. So for instance, let's say there's a nice ice sculpture to your right. So you walk up, hey, how you doing, man? How's your night going? They say, oh, pretty good. It's a wonderful event. You say, yeah, I was looking at that ice sculpture and I was thinking, how do they make those? Do they have molds that come together and do it? Or do they actually have an old school guy out there chipping away? You ever seen that before? So you're going to say something like that, an observation, there's an ice sculpture, and an interpretation. How did it get there? A question about it, an open-ended question. So I didn't say, hey, did you see the ice sculpture? You say, yeah, pretty cool, or no, where is it? You're going to say, how do you think they make that thing? Is someone chipping away at it? And then it's going to give him an easy chance to speak a little bit, to get some buy-in into the conversation. So he's going to say, most likely you get an answer like, yeah, that is actually pretty amazing. I haven't seen one of that grandiose nature in quite some time. Okay, so now he's been able to say a few words. You're both kind of bought into the conversation, and you can take anything that he said from there and keep rolling with it, which is the next step. So your step number 3, you're going to grab anything that he said and run with it. So what did he say? Yeah, I haven't seen any ice sculpture that grandiose in nature in years. So he said, he's inferring that he's been to events like this for a long time. He hasn't seen an ice sculpture like that in a long time. Those are the 2 major threads that we could jump on. So I'm probably going to leave the kind of strange ice sculpture conversation away and jump on the one that he hasn't seen it in some time, inferring he's been going to events like this for a long time. So let's say it's a biology conference, and you say, oh yeah, how long have you been coming to these conferences? Now it's going to get him talking. Now you can get more personal because you're talking about his experience. How long has he been coming to him? You can jump on his thread. His thread options at that point from his response are going to open up much more. When you start a conversation and they give you 2 or 3 sentences, yeah, I haven't seen ice sculpture that amazing in years. You only have a couple threads to jump on. But then when you say, hey man, how long have you been coming to events like this? He says, well, I've actually been in the industry for about 20 years. I went to school out at Notre Dame, and I'm out here in California working at Scripps. Well, now those threads you can jump on just get much, much wider. And the cool thing about this is that you can jump on the thread that you have the most experience with. So let's say I had an internship at Scripps. I say, oh, that's awesome. I was actually in La Jolla, and I had an intern Scripps at the Scripps. I had an internship at Scripps as well. How did you like working there? And now the conversation's going. It's very natural. It's become a little bit personal because you're talking about experiences, and that's how you're really going to delve in and get that rapport right off the bat when you're striking up a cool conversation. So now I want to talk about something that happens very infrequently, but when it does, we're able to bypass a couple of these steps because it works so much in our favor when we're meeting someone for the first time. So say I walk up to someone and say, hey, how you doing? How's your night going? And they say, oh, it's awesome. I actually saw you checking into the hotel. How's your room? Or something that's just super engaging, right? Maybe they're a very social person, or they say, it's going great, man. I saw those root beer floats over there. I was about to grab one. Have you had one yet? So they're just blowing past all this stuff. They're comfortable. They're helping you out. In that instance, you can bypass the observation, either jump on their thread or go directly into how your day or your night has been going. So you say, hey man, how's your night going? They say, oh, it's really good. I actually saw you checking into the Omni Hotel. How's your room? Like, yeah, it was really good. I actually flew into San Diego Airport, and it was a little bit of a rough ride, but that approach is always beautiful when you're coming in over the city. Is this your first time here? So that way you can jump past the observation when you get such a warm response. The conversation's blown open. They want you there. You're past what's called the hook point. So they're more interested in you staying around than you leaving. Well, then you can just go straight to your experience and talk that way. And the reason I bring this up is not because it's so cool to skip those steps. It's because if someone is very open and very friendly from the start, and then you take those steps, it can seem kind of stiff, like you're not understanding that they're open to the conversation, so you're still gonna kind of try to small piece it, and it can seem kind of cold and distant. So let's role play this. So, hey, how's your night going? I say, oh, it's great. I actually saw you checking into the hotel. How's your room going? It's good. Hey, did you see that ice sculpture over there? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, it's not warm at all. It's like, so they were trying to hand an olive branch out to you. They were trying to create that rapport, and you're backing off talking about something much more superficial. So we want to be sure we're on the same page as far as the comfort and rapport as the other person, oftentimes just a little bit more because they'll buy into our frame of being comfortable. So when they come over the top and are comfortable, you want to immediately buy into that frame, show you have that same comfort, and that's going to enable you to get this relationship, this conversation from 0 to 100 in a much, much reduced amount of time. Yeah, but Baron, won't that just look like I'm trying to flirt with the person, or I'm just trying to make stupid small talk that doesn't mean anything? A lot of times when I'm questioned like this, the response I give is that humans are a uniquely social species. We love to talk. We love to interact. That's how we were able to evolve as quickly as we were, through these bonds that we make through social interactions. So the fear that people will think that you're just trying to make small talk is really very moot, because people want to talk. When people come up to you, as long as you're not some sort of a creepy guy, but when someone comes up to you with an advanced social skill set like what we teach here at Charisma Matrix, you're going to be happy to talk to him. You don't want to be at the networking party by yourself with your drink hanging around there. People are looking to talk to other people, except for they don't have the skill set or the competence to go up and do that. So the fear that you're going to be seen as weird by just wanting to make small talk really is not applicable at all. And in fact, when people see you as the guy going around striking up conversations, you're going to be seen as the leader in that environment, maybe even the person hosting the event, giving off all of the attributes that you want to receive. So remember that. Never feel hesitant because you're going to be that guy just making small talk, or you're just going to be intrusive, or you're going to bother someone, because that's not the case at all. In social environments, we're there to be social and converse with new people. You're the one with the confidence and the skill set to make that happen.